record on this really quick. Hi, sweet girl. Look at her in her little like leotard. Is that a leotard she has on? Oh my gosh, I love it.
Yeah.
She's so cute. What's your name?
Paxton.
Oh, I love that name. That's so pretty.
Okay.
Aww. Well, did everybody have a good fourth? Yeah? I'm sure if you're like me, getting up this morning was a struggle. Yes, seriously. I'm like, when do people stop shooting fireworks off? And I feel like this weekend, like our kids just didn't go to bed till late because every night there were people shooting fireworks off and it was like right outside our window. We got home at midnight. Oh my goodness, Erica. Yeah, I think we got home at like 10. We got our kids down at like 10:30, but for real, drinking all the Energize. Okay, well, I want to honor y'all's time, so let's go ahead and get started. I am going to do things a little different today. And I've been wanting to record this, so I'm going to kind of use today as an opportunity to kind of share what's been working for me in case there's people who kind of need to mix it up a little bit. So I'm going to kind of walk you guys through it, and I wish I would have had like a PowerPoint put together, but that just wasn't realistic for today. But I want to kind of walk you guys through how I have been doing my action hours or kind of working my business. And I mentioned this on our last team call is like I've been working more like batch working. I've realized that especially when I only have like 1 to 2 hours a day to work my business, batch working my business is really best for me and my brain because I mean, I'm sure all of you feel this way. Like you sit down to work and it's like, okay, I just laid my kids down. Like I need to like get my brain like focused because it's hard to go from like laying your kids down for their nap to like picking up your house to like now I'm in work mode. I got to start inviting. It's kind of like, wait, what am I doing? Where am I at? Like it takes a second. And then when you start to get into the groove, it's like all of a sudden you're just marking 5 things off your list and you're moving on to this next thing of personal development or whatever. And so for me, I have just personally found that giving each day one thing is what's working best for me. So what I am doing is, so I'm going to kind of walk you guys through this right now. And then what we'll do is like move into the action hour time. And if you do not like block batch working, that's totally fine. You can kind of just stick to the normal like tracker if you want, but this is just what I'm personally doing today. So for me right now, Mondays are invite days. So what I do is I have a notebook, which is literally a little notebook that I bought at TJ Maxx. And I write down all of my client invites and I put the date so that way I don't forget like what day it was that I invited them. So this was last Monday's invites. And then I write my 10 people I invited for coaching. So I attempt to do 25 people. So I'm still doing the same number of people every week, just like I would if I was inviting 5 people, but I'm just doing it all at once. And I like typically what I've been doing, I kind of have done it like 2 different ways. One day, like a week before last, I just made a quick video and I was like, hey girl, I'm at the coffee shop this morning. You know, I'm working. I just wanted to kind of reach out to you. We've got this challenge group coming up. I kind of talked about it. And then I just literally went through and sent it to every single one of my invites, like that one video, and just sent it to every single one of my invites. There was a few of them that I needed just to send them like a personal video just because where we were in our conversation or whatever. But that's what's been working for me. So Mondays are invite days, 25 coach or client invites, 10 coach invites. Tuesdays, for me, again, this is for me, are days that I'm trying to write like a blog post or write content. So not social media, something that is like a little bit more of value for my clients. So I typically do a blog post. I write a blog post. Sometimes what I do is I go to Beachbody On Demand and listen to like Alana's trainings on macros or protein or fats or whatever. And I'll literally listen to it and type up what she's saying. And then I'll just like tweak it and make it my own. So I'm bringing value. I'm talking about the importance of protein, you know, or whatever. Or maybe some weeks it's sitting out my Bible and studying a specific, like, you know, whatever chapter or keyword, or maybe I want to talk about stewardship, something that I feel like brings value to my clients. and my following. So I'll write up a blog post, and then I can use that blog post. I'll post it on my blog, and then I send it out to my email list, and then I also use clippets of it on my Instagram posts, my captions. So for me, having a day that I sit down and all I'm going to do is write is just really important, because I feel like in this season of life, it's hard for me to be like, babies are down, no, I need to write some social media content. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need time to study it and think and like really actually write it out. So I have a specific day for blog post. So that's Tuesdays. Again, for you, that could be writing out your emails for the week, for your newsletter. You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing. That could look different for everybody. Wednesdays are my planned social media day. So that's my day that during nap time, all I do is film my reels and like write out my social media posts for the next week. So it's not for that week, it's for the next week. So that way when Monday comes, I'm not like, oh crap, what am I going to post today? I've got all my posts actually planned out. And then Thursdays are just follow-up days. So on Thursdays, I go through and I follow up with everyone that I invited on Monday. And then Fridays are just literally a finish what I didn't start day. Finish day, I'm sorry. Finish what I didn't finish that weekday. So anything that needs to be done, and then also just planning out the next week. So I have given each day those things. And then every day I'm still doing personal development each day. And then obviously like my workout and like those things that are like my journey. But as far as income producing activities, I'm doing those things like throughout the week each day. So that's kind of the game plan. So that's what I've been doing, and that's what's been working for me. And then obviously I have certain days, I give myself due dates of like when I want to have the team calendar up, when I want to have like all these other little things done. So those go in my list, on my to-do list as well for like what I'm doing each day. So today, since yesterday was a holiday, I didn't do my invites yesterday. And so today I am going to knock out my 25 invites. And so that's what we're going to get started with, because this tends to be the one thing that everybody hates doing. So I would suggest grabbing a piece of paper. I'm more of a pen and paper person, and literally writing up client invitations at the top of the paper, writing down 25, 1 through 25, writing that down. Go to your Instagram, go back to polls that you posted last week, go back to, anything that you posted. Maybe it was an invitation to a free group, like Erica said, free group starting tomorrow, let's go, yes. So here's my big thing, and this is what I've been talking a lot about to Courtney Dunker and Haley, because we're really trying to like help you guys more on like how we're personally inviting. What Erica just said, invite to something that's going to bring them value, that's free. This is why I personally do like doing like free groups or writing free content, because you want to provide free things. So like I'll do, something that helps them help grow my email list. Like, I did this really simple thing where I put a bunch of my favorite family recipes into a spreadsheet, literally the simplest thing ever, and just made a graphic for it. And I just invited people. I said, hey, if you want it, drop your email here, or fill out my, I use Flowdesk, like fill out my form here and you'll be added to my newsletter. And then I had a lot of people reply to my story from that. And then I invited them to a free group, or invited them to the download or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, hey, yeah, I'll send this to you. Send me an email, a DM with your email. So that I got a conversation going. So trying to think, like, using your invites, if inviting 25 people scares the crap out of you and you don't want to invite 25 people to your fit community because you're just like, that's scary, I'm not doing that, I totally get it. I would invite those 25 people that you're going to invite today, invite them to your free group. You should be having a free group every single month. And just use the same content every single month if you want, or you can change it up, make it fun. But you need to have something that you're providing value to them, or maybe message them and say, hey girl, I made this recipe spreadsheet with all my favorite family recipes. I thought you might enjoy it. Here you go. Like, whatever, like getting a conversation going. And an invite doesn't necessarily always have to be like, hey, you're invited to joining my free group or my fit community. It could just be something simple like that too. So, okay. So I am going to set the timer I'm going to give us 30 minutes on this. I know that seems like a long time, but it takes time to find those people. So we're going to set the timer for 30 minutes. Again, I know this is not the typical action hour, but I think it'll be really helpful for you guys just to change it up a little bit. So today we're going to do invites. So go ahead and write all your stuff out and let's get started. And feel free to drop questions because that's what I'm here for. 30 minutes set. And let me also say too, if you're brand new to the team, we have so many resources on our team Google Drive. If you are not in there or you haven't gotten that from your coach, I'm going to drop it in the chat. There is literally a folder on there that is literally just entitled free groups. We try to, on our team, share everything we have. Nothing is like, you know, oh, this is mine only. You know, we try to really share our resources with each other, and I think everybody does such an amazing job with that. And every time that someone creates like a free group with new content, they try to drop it into the Google Drive. So I'm just going to drop that in this chat box in case you're new and you want to run a free group of your own. Or like I said, Erica just said you can join her. But if you want to do your own, you can always take this content and just run with it. Like that's what it's there for. So we want to help make this as easy as possible for you guys. Because we are all busy women. There's literally like a Be Beautiful challenge. There's a water challenge. There's a cut the crap challenge. Whatever that is. I don't even know what that is, but it's funny. And I'm going to share this with you guys to where you can literally just download them. If any of you, um, if any of you want me to send you what my invite currently looks like, drop your Instagram handle in the chat box and I will send it to you here in just a bit. I'm about to just send out my messages and I thought that might be helpful. So just as a little update, what I have done is I do polls every day on my stories. If you're not doing like 2 polls a day on something, do it. All I did was go to Insights, which are at the 3 little bars at the top of your Instagram. I went to Insights and went to one of my polls from the other day that I did on one of my stories. And I'm just pulling everyone who I'm going to invite to my free group because I'm actually, after talking to Erica or hearing Erica, I'm like, I need to do a free group. I didn't really have one planned, but I'm going to do one. So I'm going to invite to one as well. So I literally, what I'm doing right now is just writing down everyone's name. I just feel like this is the quickest way for me to do it. I write down everyone's name that I'm going to invite, and then I just scroll back up and then send the messages to each person. And like I said, I do a video. So I'll send you guys my video if you drop your Instagram handle in the thing here in just a second. But it's just those little things that take a lot of time. If I sat here and went, I'm going to message her, sent my message, then wrote her name down, it takes a lot longer. Whereas if I just go through and write down everyone's names and then go through and message every single person, it's, again, little things you can do that save a lot of time. So again, I told you guys I'm gonna walk you through this process of how I do this. What I'm doing now is I had everyone's names written down. I just recorded my video of what I'm gonna send people. And then what I'm gonna do is simply go back to that poll where I just wrote all the names down from. And I'm just going to click their name. I'm gonna just show you a little example. Let's see who was next on the list. Okay, so I'm gonna send this girl a message. So I just clicked on her name and I'm gonna go message, and then just gonna do click like down here, that little square, click my video message, and then send. And then I will highlight her name off of my list because I've already sent my message to her. So that's how simple it is. Okay, all of my client invites have been sent. So now I'm personally moving on to my coach invites. So coach invites can be a little bit more tricky on like how I go about finding those people, which I'm sure it can be for all of you too. I try to kind of go back to old lists of like, who do I need to follow up with? Who had marked again on polls? I just think polls are such a powerful way to figure out like who you can be inviting. Just little things like even posting a poll about like, do you stay home with your kids? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like questions that are going to help you figure out like who are those girls who are staying home who might be interested in a side hustle or doing something while their kids nap, or who are those people that love fitness? Like that could be a poll you could ask, like who on here loves fitness, or just things that you can kind of get ideas around on how you can then send them an invite. Do you know what I'm saying? So this is again where on those days when you're working on content on Tuesdays, you can brainstorm these things during your power hour, your action hour that you work. So I am going to go back to some old lists for me, and then I'm also going to check out some of my polls from last week to pull my 10 people, and then I'll share with you guys. And I'm going to send you guys my invite video here in just a second. And as silly as it sounds, sometimes just sitting down, and this is why, again, love having extra time to work on this and not just every day trying to come up with 5 people, sitting down and just looking at your followers and being like, okay, like what was a conversation I had with this person? Because it can be hard sometimes to keep up with every single person you talk to. Even like little things like swipe here when you finish your workout today. Those could be people that you could go back to and look at and be like, okay, these are people who are working out every day. So maybe there's somebody that would be amazing and inspiring someone else. Do you know what I'm saying? These are little things that you can pull names from those type of lists. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to invite to coaching based on people who said that they did their workout a few days ago. That is what I'm going to do today. And I will send each of these people, I'm going to send each of these people a personalized message video, and just tell them that we've got our new coach mentorship starting up. Okay, 30 minutes is up, guys. So if you're still working like I am, I'm going to finish sending these really quick, and then we will do the next thing. Because inviting to coaching should not be pushed to the wayside. And we're almost done, so. And if for some reason I write all these names down and I go and I'll see that like we've had a conversation about something before and they're not interested, or they are a coach or something like that, I'll just mark their name off the list. It's not a big deal. This paper doesn't have to look like it's being hung up in a classroom or something. It can be scribbled on and added to and all the things. But again, this is just the process that really works best for my brain. Right. So like I said, I'm inviting to coaching right now, but sometimes if I go to message someone and that person, we've never really had a conversation before, they never even replied to a message. Like this girl I'm about to message, she hasn't replied. I had sent her a message back in 2021 and she never replied. So actually what I'm going to do is just send her a quick voice message, and I'm going to talk about my fit community coaching and my free group, but I am going to count it as a coaching invite because I am going to invite her to coaching because obviously she likes working out. So I'm going to keep myself unmuted so you guys can hear this message, just because I know things like this help you guys. Hey Danielle, I hope you're having a great Tuesday and that you guys had a great 4th. I just wanted to reach out. I saw that you marked on a poll last week that you got your workout done, which is amazing. I realized when I came to message you though that we had never like connected. So I just wanted to say hey and thank you for following. I hope that you find this platform helpful and you get lots of value and tips. Just a little bit about me. I host monthly challenge groups, and I have like an ongoing fit community where we have those challenges each month, and so there's so many amazing women in there, and the accountability is just incredible. I know you're already getting your workout on, but if you ever need that just extra layer of accountability, I would love to help in any way that I can. I also mentor coaches and help them get their businesses going, and so every month we have a coach mentorship if that is ever something that you'd be interested in since you love fitness. If you'd ever want to make that a side hustle or just something that you did. I know you're an RN, so but just something else to kind of serve people. I don't know, just some things to think about. So just wanted to reach out and invite you. And then we also have a free group starting on Monday. It's going to be a free 3-day Own Your Morning challenge, and I'll be doing some tips and tricks and videos and all kinds of things just to help you guys get up and own your morning. So hope you're having a great day, and I look forward to hearing back from you. Okay, so you guys saw that is not fancy at all. It's just me being me. So that's a coach invite for me though, is like, hey, she loves fitness. I'm just going to throw in there that I have this coach mentorship. I mentor coaches if that's something she's interested in. So if she doesn't reply, I don't really care because I don't know her and I'm probably never going to meet her. So it's all good in the hood. But that's an invite, so I hope that's helpful. I'm going to keep on with my invites real quick and then hop back on here. Again, ask questions if you'd like in the chat. If it would be helpful for me to keep myself unmuted so you can hear me send these messages, let me know in the chat and I will. But I also don't want to be annoying. All right, so I'm finally done with all of my coaching invites, and I'm gonna send you guys before I hop off of here, before we wrap this up, that invite. So if you dropped your Instagram, I will send it to you now. Any questions before we kind of wrap things up, just on batch working and kind of how I do things? Anything you guys can think of? One thing I will say too is that I have a babysitter one morning a week from like 8:30 to 12:30, and I usually go to the coffee shop and just work then. So I will give myself like a longer to-do list of things that just need to get done in my business, because obviously I lead a really big team, and so I have to create resources for you guys and start thinking like I'm trying to start working ahead better. So I've got to start thinking about like getting all the Lift More stuff ready, because it's like in just a few weeks, but also like I'm trying to plan out all of August right now and things like that. So on those days, that's when I will do that more extensive work. But if I can stay on top of these other little things on the other days, that helps a ton. So just knowing right now that all of my invites for the week are totally done is such a great feeling. So all I have left to do for the day is my blog post, and then I've personally got to schedule out my July post because I haven't done that yet. So I'm going to get that done here in just a bit. But before I do, I'll probably go do my workout so I can eat lunch and all the things. But that's kind of the game plan. So any questions? I just sent that invite to the two of you. If there's any questions you guys have. All right. Well, let me just pray over you guys' day and the rest of your work time. And I will post this recording for other people to hear, just on how I'm kind of doing my action hour in batching instead of all of it at once, if that makes sense. I don't even know really how to explain that, but that's the best way I can. All right, Heavenly Father, God, thank you so much for this time. Thank you for these amazing women. Thank you for just how they are running on mission for you through something they love in fitness. God, I just pray that you would give them the eyes to see and the ears to hear, and just to give their best this week and all that they do. God, we love you so much, and it's in your name we pray. Amen. All right, guys, thanks for being on. I am going to stop the recording.